When we care for others, we must not forget to care for ourselves first. Otherwise, our health may suffer, and we will then be in need of care and be of no use for the purpose of our lives. So many important things pull at us. We've got children and family, aging parents, we've got congregations and employees in our charitable service. And to be able to continue working and serving, we need to do two things consistently for ourselves: seclude and transform. Welcome to Morning Tea. We know that refreshment comes with time away in secluded places. Some of the top vacation sites for secluded places to stay, to get away from it all, are the Tiki Suite, which is a cabana 50 feet from the shore. We can go underground. We can tuck away into the ice. We can go under the sea, above the clouds, to the top of a mountain, into the treetops. But if you've become exhausted with your life, you're at risk of a breakdown, and you may need to take a faith approach to your health care and get your priorities in order as God has laid them out, because He indeed wants you to be at full strength. And it's all wrapped up in the first commandment: nothing else before God. He takes first in all things. First in our time. Loyalty to Him is first. His understanding goes before what we think. What He says to do goes before us satisfying our desires. When we don't put Him first in all things, we don't hear Him. We lose our way, we lose our health, and we collapse under the weight of things. So how do you hear God's voice? Well, He speaks when we spend time with Him in His Word, which requires a daily period of quiet away from the stress and the noise in our lives. So we open up the Bible, we read it, we think about what we're reading. This is the churning and the regurgitation of meditation as you place your mind on something true and you allow it to sink in and grow on you as it becomes part of you. Then you pray and you make a petition for all of your worries, all the things you're concerned about, and you let God's supernatural peace put a shield around your heart. Your heart is your emotions and your mind, so that nothing is going to be able to crack or break you. And in this place of isolation, you also gain guidance as the Holy Spirit leads you, because He's a counselor. He's going to encourage you, and He will tell you what to do. He'll surround you with comfort if you are feeling distressed. Jesus was kind of a superstar. He had masses of people following Him around wherever He went. He was healing sick people. Every person that asked of Him, He healed. And people were very interested in what He had to say. What He said, what He did, it was all very important, and time was short. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. Think about lonely places when there's no one around. You've got no attention, there's no noise. We might wrestle with a need to be validated, to feel productive and achieving and doing. When we're in lonely places, our raw need is exposed, and we are in a better position to hear God. Back to the example of Jesus. Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, He left the house, and He went off to a solitary place where He prayed. He departed from there by boat to a deserted place by Himself. We were created primarily for God. We get easily buried in our bustling daily lives and our own thoughts and our own ways of doing things. But in the solitary places of prayer, we gain deeper spiritual insight, and we're renewed to think about God's way of thinking, God's way of doing things, and His heart in matters. One of the things I love about being on the ocean is the seclusion. We sail further and further away from the shore, and soon there are no other boats around. The sun goes down and there's nothing. There's just the stars and the light of the moon. Beneath us, it becomes deeper and deeper, and there is an inspiring sense of awe as to where we are. How will you find seclusion? You may not be able to go over the sea to beautiful sky, but there is a quiet place with no distractions, no people, no demands on you, and it's up to you to find that place. These times of isolation are the foundation for transformation in our lives. We rest for a period from the usual work and routines. We refuel spiritually from our time spent hearing God through His Word. We reprioritize as we are reminded of our purpose, what God's will is for our life, and we rethink how we should be spending the resources gifted to us by God. Let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. Thank you so much for being here. This channel is here to inspire you on your journey, so don't go without subscribing, and remember, look for the blessings. They are all around you. Bye-bye.
Where would be the trial?